If the teachings on being unequally yoked, we're actually dealing with the unbeliever, having to deal with the strict, legalistic minded religious person. See, in our episode of Dropped Stones, we're talking about unequally yoked and what it meant to us and all that in the church, on how it was being saved and dealing with in a relationship someone that's not saved, and how that was difficult and detrimental. But what if it's actually the other way around? And what it was teaching was how to have freedom and experience freedom, and how to deal with that while dealing with someone that's very legalistic, rule oriented, someone that's trapped underneath law and wants to live by law, and how to kind of work around all that area, because that is actually probably the more difficult thing to do when you have someone that's trying to uphold these standards at all times and has this legalistic opinion and black and white narrative in your life that's trying to force it upon you when you experience true happiness and freedom in life, understanding that your moral code and compass is within and defined within that. Because of this, you're able to distinguish gray matter in your world that's out there, that not all situations are the same, and that there is some wiggle room in how to deal with different areas and different topics and different things altogether in life. But when you try to deal with that with someone that's legalistic and thinks everything's black and white, that can be extremely difficult and detrimental to a relationship. And if the teaching was actually saying, you don't have to worry about that person. Let them live by their legal standards, but don't let them force them legal standards upon you. Let them operate in them and see the fault in their way. And you can be the example of someone that can show love and mercy and compassion and understanding and, God forbid, empathy to a world that needs it at all times. And being able to do so might be an example to them of, wow, you can actually be more of a Christ-like figure in someone's life because you don't have these rules and regulations, and be that example. And then also understanding that because you don't have these legalistic rules and whatever, if it's not working out, you have the freedom to break that relationship. With the unequally yoked in a marriage in Christian faith and dealing with the way they want to teach it is you can't get a divorce. You just got to keep fighting through and being that witness for that person and carrying on. But unequally yoked, when you look at it from the other direction, of someone that experiences freedom and love and compassion and mercy, can have that for themselves and understand that this is detrimental to my well-being, my quality of life and how I'm living. Divorce is definitely an option and something I can explore and freely do and not have any guilt about it or any long-term spiritual ramifications dealing with it, because I have that freedom to be happy and understand what will bring me happiness, and I know it's not going to be from this legality and everything that's in it. So yeah, I think the message actually has been hijacked and taught the wrong way, backwards, if you will. It's not about a Christian dealing with someone that's not unbelieving. It's about an unbeliever dealing with someone